It was 2014, live on national television, when Jim Carrey drew a secret symbol on his hand, looked the host dead in the eye, and uttered a phrase that silenced the entire studio. "I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It's the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're part of it." Then, right in the middle of exposing the network, his phone rang. He picked it up, stopped talking, and the conversation was abruptly killed. For over a decade, late-night hosts and media outlets framed Jim Carrey as unstable for making statements like that on camera. He spoke about elite distraction networks, industry hand gestures, and hidden gatherings. Mainstream commentary dismissed it as a celebrity meltdown. However, two critical facts contextualize these archive clips today. First, official federal documents from the 2024 United States Department of Justice unsealed thousands of pages of flight logs and contact records tied to Jeffrey Epstein, naming individuals previously considered untouchable. Second, an analysis of live television broadcasts reveals a consistent pattern. When public figures broke decorum, production teams actively managed the narrative. Consider Jim Carrey's appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. In November 2014, Carrey walked onto the stage, formed a triangle with his hands, and extended his tongue, a sign he referred to as the all-mocking tongue. Carrey explicitly stated that television personalities and sitcom actors are utilized to keep the public distracted with constant entertainment, so they fail to ask critical questions about real-world governance. Multiple audience members present during that taping later noted that the studio went completely cold. The loud burst of laughter heard in the final broadcast was actually inserted by audio engineers during post-production to frame the moment as a standard comedy bit. While Carrey was detailing these industry mechanics on air, his phone suddenly vibrated. He answered it, made a short comment, and immediately shifted the subject to promote his film Dumb and Dumber 2. The shift was instant. The same dynamic played out during his appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show while promoting Dumb and Dumber 2. Carrey knelt down and drew a symbol directly onto the set floor, remarking that it would remain there forever. Camera angles captured a visible break in the host's usual stage posture. What was packaged to viewers as physical comedy mirrored a broader trend of public figures dropping coded references on daytime network television. This pattern extends to how high-profile figures respond when confronted with documented evidence. During an interview broadcast on her official YouTube channel in August 2019, supermodel Naomi Campbell was asked directly about her connection to Jeffrey Epstein. She stated on camera, "I knew him, but what he's done is indefensible, and when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach." Yet, according to reporting by the New York Times analyzing Unsealed Department of Justice records, Campbell's name appears in nearly 300 individual files and flight manifests associated with Epstein's private aircraft, with email logs showing flight requests coordinated through executive assistants. A similar dynamic surrounds media executive Oprah Winfrey. For decades, Winfrey cultivated a broadcast presence centered on trust and public advocacy. But when physical and sexual abuse allegations surfaced at her Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, public statements were delayed until after international news outlets broke the story. Furthermore, Winfrey repeatedly featured João Teixeira de Faria, known as John of God, on her network, introducing the faith healer to a global audience before he was later convicted and sentenced to over 90 years in prison for severe crimes. Winfrey also hosted fashion executive Peter Nygård, who was later prosecuted and convicted following extensive federal investigations into illegal trafficking. The core question isn't whether every late-night joke carries hidden intent. The question is why network productions go to such extreme lengths to sanitize these moments the second an actor strays off script. In 2009, an Argentine model named Gabrielle Rico Guantano made headlines after interrupting a press event in Mexico, alleging high-level exploitation before being detained by local authorities. Following her brief arrest, she withdrew entirely from the public eye. Where Guantano was immediately removed from public view, Carrey possessed an international box office profile that made direct censorship impossible. Instead, the industry neutralizes high-profile figures by painting them as unpredictable. Consider public speaker Barbara Marx Hubbard. During an archival presentation on human evolution, Hubbard delivered a speech containing an inexplicable phrasing slip regarding society's consumption habits, stating, "The babies we eat, the food we eat." While defenders wrote it off as a simple verbal mistake, critics point to it as another example of slip-ups occurring on recorded platforms. When you cross-reference archival broadcasts from 2014 with unsealed flight logs and court exhibits published today, the narrative changes. The laugh tracks added in post-production, The sudden phone interruptions mid-sentence, and the coordinated damage control all point to one reality. Hollywood relies on distraction. And the moment a performer breaks character, the system steps in to shut it down. What other broadcast moments were edited out before reaching the final airwaves? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into media history.